I would have booed that nation is a no cap, no filter Saints. I'm your host, Molly G, back at y'all with another one. And the Saints just made some trades, man. Mickey Loomis. Man, we traded away Shaheed and we traded away Trevor Penning, bro. And we really got peanuts for these guys, especially Trevor Penning. For the stuff we gave up for Trevor Penning, missing out on a defensive tackle that went to the Eagles, the value that we gave up and the return that we're getting right now so far, unless this 6th-round pick be something great, it is not looking good. We got a 2027 6th-round pick for Trevor Penning, bro. And a lot of people feel like Penning is a bust. You know, we put him at left tackle, didn't work out. Put him at right tackle, didn't work out. He's a machine penalty getting offensive lineman. He had that grit, he had that toughness that we felt like we needed on the offensive line to be, a little bit more of a bully team, but at the same time, it was at the expense of him getting penalties. It was at the expense of him not being able to control that angle. It was at the expense of when he is getting, abused, he'll get a penalty just off of just being angry, and he just can't lock in. Not to mention the injuries, so you're a penalty machine, you're often injured, and you just don't really make up for that for just being highly productive when you do plan. A lot of people feel like it's a bust, especially for what we gave up for him and the selection that we got him in. So that's what we gave up for Trevor Penning. And Shaheed, we gave up a 2026 5th-round pick and a 4th-round pick for him in this upcoming draft from the Seahawks. He's worked with Clint Kubiak before. Clint Kubiak know exactly how to use them. The Seahawks are a pretty good team. I think they are legit Super Bowl contender this year. They have everything you need. They got the defense. They got the offense. Great pickup. They actually wanted Ruiz too, I was hearing. So we didn't trade Ruiz. We didn't trade Chris Olave, we thought we could get more value back for those guys, but maybe teams just wasn't really trying to give us what we was thinking we could have got for them. Maybe a lot of teams are not too high on these guys, or maybe we don't negotiate right. That's one thing about Mickey Loomis I never did like. I never did like his trade negotiations. We didn't really get good enough trade value for Darren Sproles. Like everybody we traded, we didn't get nothing good back in return. Reggie Bush, you name it. I think Jimmy Graham, we did get Max Unger with him. Max Unger was pretty productive, but the type of player and value Jimmy Graham added to our team, I think we could have got more. So I always feel like we are always on the losing end of the stick when it comes to trading under Mickey Loomis. And quite frankly, I'm just ready for him to just go ahead on and get fired or step down or whatever has to happen for us to just go in a different direction for this organization's current and future sake. Kellen Moore, the jury's still out on him. I'm not high on Kellen Moore. I don't really like his play calling. I don't like his aura. I don't like his. There's nothing you can hang your hat on with Kellen Moore. What can we hang our hat on that we can say he does exceptionally well? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So for right now, we're going to have McCoy out the lineup. We're going to have Trevor Penning. He's traded. For Waga, he's on one leg out there. So basically, we just got Banks, he's healthy, and we got Ruiz. And it's just crazy how Ruiz just be having an injury and he'll come back like that. Not to say I want him to be injured, but it's just crazy how he just always just eat a sensu bean and pop right back up. So Clint Kubiak, he'll have Rashid Shaheed. They might make a deep run. And it's crazy, dog. I always wonder what Clint Kubiak could be like if he was the head coach when we had Dennis Allen. And when Dennis Allen got fired, I was wondering how it would be with a full year in all season under Dan Rizzi. Can't you? Hindsight is 2020, but it's almost like you can't help but to think that after seeing what we got with Kellen Moore so far. Dan Rizzi, at least you can hang your hat on the special teams to be good. And at least you can hang on your hat on he bring the fire. Clint Kubiak, he's cooking up some good plays for Seattle right now. When we had him, I think he was a pretty decent play caller, but I just ain't like how he kind of over-relied on Taysom Hill here. It just seemed like every time Taysom Hill was playing, that's when we had the most production. But when Taysom Hill didn't play, no matter the quarterback, our production went down. But we did sustain a lot of injuries. But I don't know. One thing about Kellen Moore, I just don't like his personality. Like, I feel like when you're a head coach, I want that masculinity trait about you. And if you're not a masculine type of head coach, just be very stern and be very, when you speak, you get a respect. You know, like if you're an offensive minded coach or defensive minded coach, but you ain't just got that fire with you, if you just ain't got that masculinity with you, be stern. Be like a Bill Belichick. Be like a Tony Dungy. Like you ain't just gotta be a rah-rah guy like a Dan Campbell, but let me know you got a pulse on this team. But that's the trades that we got. We got the Carolina Panthers next, which I would say will be a walk in the park for us, but it's literally not. I honestly think that they have a better defense than us. I honestly think they have a better head coach than us. I honestly think that they have a better wide receiver corps than us. They have a better running backs corps than us. Quarterback, probably about the same because I'm just not high on Bryce Young, but I can honestly say, though, we might actually lose that game against the Panthers. Let me see where we playing at. Let me see if we're going to be in a dome or not. Okay, so we playing at the Panthers' house. I actually think we're going to lose that game. And it's crazy that a lot of people are saying that we're going to be the fourth team in this division as far as talent and record-wise. And I just could not believe it. And it actually came through. We're not better than the Bucks by a long shot. I don't think we're better than the Falcons. And I think the Panthers are a little bit more ahead of us. What the Falcons record is. Let me see. Let's see what the Falcons record is, because I don't even know how they're doing. The Falcons record is 3-5. So they're not doing all that well either. I know the Panthers won 5 games. The Panthers won 5 games. I know you motherfucking lying to me. Oh, that is crazy. We're the worst division in the league, and we're last in the worst division in the league. Are we the worst division? Maybe the AFC East not all that good either, but it's that realization that you suck. It's that moment that you have to come to grips and be self-aware who you are and realize you suck. We don't have nothing to hang our head on. We don't have a good defense. We don't have a good special teams. We don't have a good quarterback that we can at least say, well, at least the quarterback good. We can at least get him some weapons. We don't have a good head coach. We don't have a good offensive coordinator. We don't have a good defensive coordinator. We don't have a good GM. We suck. And I don't know when we're going to get back good and get on the right track, because this team has so many holes. We Swiss cheese over here. It's going to take a lot of work to patch things up. The only guys on this team that I could actually say will probably be a part of the team that'll actually be good once we do get back good is Banks, Fuaga, and maybe Sanker. And the jury's still out with Sanker. He was balling when he first had those, first couple of games, but he's been kind of mid since. But damn. I think the best thing we could do, bro, is we're just gonna have to go ahead on and we gotta just trade down. That's the only thing we could do. Because even if we bring a quarterback in, he might not look as good as Shuck or Rattler because so many of the pieces just trash. Rashid Shaheed on one of them passes, Shuck threw him. He looked like he gave up. He didn't even fight on a pass. Same thing with Chris Olave with the interception by Winfield. He just got bullied. Don't even try. No matter what quarterback you bring up in here, if he got to deal with that, he's going to struggle. He's going to struggle if we don't have a good interior. He's going to struggle if we ain't got a good blanket tight end. So I say Operation Trade Down. Hashtag trade down. agenda trade down. Then they got the Pelicans. They not doing no good right across the street. They talking about bringing them to Seattle or Vegas. Zion, he gonna be out for the next 10 games, 10 days. His hamstring not right. Deontay Murray, we hearing more about his personal relationship than him rehabbing. Even though I've been hearing that he's doing good with rehabbing, he's doing 360 dunks and whatnot, but the only thing the Pelicans got to hang their hat on is fears. Queen, he pretty good. He could develop. Willie Green, hopefully he get fired. Feel like the locker room they checked out on him. It's very doom and gloom in the city of New Orleans when it comes to sports. The state of Louisiana. LSU not looking no better. I think with the Saints, you trade down. Get as many assets as you can. Fire sell everyone on the team. I think with the Pelicans, you fire Willie Green. You find a good head coach. You give as many minutes to Fierce as you possibly can and see what you got out of him, even if Deontay Murray come back. You trade Zion. It's year 7. If he had that dog in him, he will not miss the playoffs 7 years straight. Injuries aside. I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, can you be a superstar in the NBA and not have that dog in you? And I don't think it's possible. Is Anthony Davis a superstar to you? Is he a superstar? He's an all-star. He's a very good player. He's very talented. But can you count on him when the chips are down? Can you count on him to stay healthy? Can you count on him to take the last shot? Can you count on him to demand the ball? After 5 possessions, will he yell for the ball? And I was talking to my friend, and does Zion do that? Seven years, bro, is even with the Celtics game when we lost to them, they didn't have no Jason Tatum. You'll probably think like, okay, Zion can play and he'll just have a little limited minutes, but we just can't count on this dude. And at what point is enough going to be enough? You're going to have to count on someone for them to be labeled a superstar. If you're not a dog and you're not to be counted on, you automatically not a superstar by default. Now, Fears, he might got the juice. He got handles. He good with his assists. I heard that he wasn't shooting from the 3 at first, but now he started dropping the mugs. So now I feel like he got the keys. You got to get the keys to him. Especially if Ja Morant going to give him his props. In the city of New Orleans, the only player that we can hang our hat on is Jeremiah Fears. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section below about the trades. Are you happy that we traded Penning? Are you happy that we traded Shaheed? Do you feel like we should have got more? Do you feel like we got finessed? Willie Green, how much time you think he has? Let me know down in the comment section below. It's just real doom and gloom right now if you're a sports fan for these New Orleans teams. And the last thing I hope that they don't move these teams and relocate them. Because I do think it's a market for the Pelicans. No, for sure it's a market for the Saints. If you like the content, go ahead on and give the video a like. It help out with the algorithm. If you're not subscribed, what you're waiting on, it's not going to cost you to subscribe if you like the content that you're hearing. I'll be back soon with a Panthers preview. We're going to talk about it. We're going to go over what we need to do to win that game, even though I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't want to win the game so we can get the better draft pick for the future, but we still got to go over it. Until then, just, keep your eyes peeled for this Willie Green news. I heard after Tuesday, depending on this Charlotte game, he might be out. So We're gonna see. Hopefully, we get what we all been waiting for. That'll be our Thanksgiving gift. Until then, who that? And I'm out.